Hello and welcome to Extra Time. If you heard some talking, if you were listening on our podcast during my promotion, that was Craig and Stevie discussing the size of their plunger. Because Craig has some issues in the bathroom.
I don't have issues.
And a plumber is necessary. And trying to get a plumber has been quite a challenge for you this afternoon.
And this morning.
And this morning. Has it been going on all day?
Well, I left a few messages this morning and somebody just called me back 5 minutes ago, and now I can't get hold of them again. So I'm going to have to do it.
If they call during Extra Time,
no, I've got a leak in my basement.
Right.
A big leak that I've only just discovered.
Oh dear. Stevie's come around with the humidifiers.
Well, he's solved it. No, he's a solver.
You fix it, Stevie?
Oh, it's on my hands yet. Just explaining how you use
He's
a
giving me
plunger.
the same advice as he gave me for the fence post. You know how he can cement.
Yeah, the cement in. Was it 2 parts sand, 1 part water?
Yeah, so he's actually not right anymore. You can buy I told you this, because I did it myself.
Right.
You don't need to bother with that now. You just get the quick drying cement in, throw the water in, bosh.
There you go.
No mixing it or anything.
Not just soccer.
No, clogged toilets too.
So we're available if you're a fence posts or any plumbing. I'll be round.
Why is Steve Nicol so biased towards Liverpool? It's as if they're the best team in Europe in his eyes.
Yeah, Stevie.
I know, a newspaper picked him up in England saying he was having a go at Klopp.
What?
Liverpool legend
Peles.
slams Klopp celebration was the headline, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you just slagged him off for what he had to say after the Burnley game.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
Why?
Oh, it's selective hearing, isn't it? Doesn't matter what you say.
You mean...
People just make people make their mind up, and then regardless of what you say,
that's it.
It stays the way it is.
Is a FIFA World Cup after every 2 years a good idea? Or at least something that should be considered?
Every 2 years?
Yes, that's what there's a proposal that's flapping around somewhere.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
How often is the European Championship going to be there?
I don't know what's going to happen to them. Maybe they'll just...
Lift it off?
Yeah.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
Find out. See if they need some plumbing done. I'll go down there and plunge some of them in the brains.
Jules, you were telling us earlier you like this idea.
No, I don't. I think we told you that. I think the World Cup is there every 4 years. It's very good the way it is.
OK. Thoughts on Pele saying Messi is only a...
You ever known a group of people in the modern day that try and run this game that are trying to...
I thought he was going to talk about plumbers.
plunge. They try and saturate the game.
You heard it like that.
Yeah.
They're already saturating the Euros with teams. They want to saturate the World Cup with 48 teams. Now they want to saturate it even more with every 2 years. It can only be about one thing. Dosh. Money. What are you laughing at?
Well, that's what's going to cost you to get your basement fixed up.
Well,
Who will do the plunging, you or Stevie?
The thing is, I don't know how long it's been...
Well, he's not going to be doing it. You kidding?
You were giving...
He wasn't even holding
I
it
don't
right.
know how long it's been.
By the way,
hold it right.
did you see how he showed us how he held the brush the other day? He held the brush like that. That only tells you one thing. He's with a brush in his hand and his leg.
Wow.
Well, I had a brush
The
in my hand.
plunger, he's like that.
I had a brush in my hand today. I was brushing
You're brushing your teeth.
Like in the cartoon.
You're brushing his
a
teeth.
big brush down in the basement today, in the dry bit of the basement.
A big brush.
Dry. I was cleaning up. I don't even know how long it's been wet down there because only when she went in to get the Christmas tree, because nobody ever goes in that part of it. So I'm not looking forward to this. Stevie will sort it.
I'll sort it. You're all right.
I've no fear. Stevie's here.
I've got you covered.
Jules, thoughts on Pele saying Messi is only a one-skill player and that Messi isn't as good as Maradona or him?
Yeah, I think Pele missed a big occasion to just shush this time.
Yeah.
You know, just don't go there. Don't go there.
I just don't quite understand why these guys who have accomplished so much in the game feel the need to then come out and say these things. We all know that Pele was great. We all know that Maradona was great. It's just when the conversation gets around Messi, we also appreciate what he does. And there's nothing wrong with Messi being great and Maradona being great and Pele being great. Now, to call Messi a one-skill player, that's just nonsense.
Yeah. Who is the greatest player of all time, Craig?
You want to punch?
What?
I don't know, but I know Well, I'm not. Let's talk.
Whoa there.
Rather talk about the Ballon d'Or.
Should Chelsea sign Ibrahimovic for the rest of the season, Stevie?
No.
Why?
Well, the reason he's left Manchester United, because physically, as much as anything else, he can't handle the Premier League anymore. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left Manchester United. And Manchester United wouldn't have let him go either. So,
well, they let him go because he had that cruciate operation. Would he not be better than Morata?
well, you'd be better than Morata at the minute. Let's be honest.
Craig's got other things on his plate.
Can Morata plunge toilets and fix
Well, I think right now you've got a better chance of sorting your toilet than he is putting the ball in it.
Jules, does this make sense to you?
What, Morata fixing Craig's toilet?
What, that they're looking for another striker, that makes sense. I'm not sure Ibra is the answer to the problems they have, and also the way Sarri plays. I'm not sure Ibra again is the kind of striker that will fit well into Sarri's style of football.
Who would you rather play for? David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, or Jose Mourinho?
I'm going to answer this from the perspective of the kind of player that I was. And so, sort of a high energy, hard working sort of guy. So it would be a guy like David Moyes rather than Van Gaal or Mourinho. He may appreciate...
High energy?
Huh?
High energy, did you say?
Yes, I said that.
Are you suggesting that Ali was not high energy?
I'm not sure he could move that quick.
Wow. Well, that's it. Well, like
got high energy.
Hard working. Hey, it was good enough to beat you and your team.
He said there was a lot of drag.
There was a lot of drag.
Yeah, they drag him off the flare. He hit the ground that often.
Mourinho.
That's floor, by the way.
Sorry.
Floor, yeah,
the
floor.
floor.
You've been very Scottish.
Flare is very Scottish. Floor.
I would say Mourinho.
Yep.
Because he's not always been like this.
No.
For long periods he was the man to play for. Until, I suppose, Real Madrid at a point, and then Chelsea at a point in the end. But in the early days, Porto, Inter, Chelsea, he was the man to play for.
Last word on this to you, Stephen.
I'm agreeing with Craig. Mourinho in his early days.
What about now?
But right now it would be Moyes.
Oh, okay.
So no club.
No Louis.
So you
What about Louis van
Klopp's
Gaal?
not in the. Klopp's not in the.
You continue to hate club.
Well, I did understand the three that were in the question,
Yes.
and I didn't mention Van Gaal, did I? Did I?
All right. No.
So why are you asking me then?
Just
Come on.
Well, you give somebody an answer,
tell you what.
and they keep going. I mean, how many
Tell you
answers
what,
do you want?
You'll be singing later when you plunge in that toilet. Happy as a child.
That'll be high energy.
Oh, dear.
I was always happy in the building
There has to
site.
be a photo, Craig. You're going to have to tweet that out of Steve. Plunge in your toilet. Lovely. We'll be back tomorrow. It is the big one, of course. Derby d'Italia. Juventus against Inter Milan. We'll be looking ahead to that match. By the way, that game is live on ESPN TV. We've got a big old show all around it.
Oh.
That starts at 2 p.m. Eastern.